Uh, so good af I think it's good afternoon. It's almost noontime. So good afternoon, everyone. Before I start, I would like to introduce my research team because the paper that I'm presenting is actually a research project that is being sponsored by our university. So it is an SPF program where it's student partnering with faculty. So I'm the mentor here, and the following are my research team members: Sinyu Song, Tian Chang Wang, and Sihan Liang. And I also would like to mention that we have a collaborator, faculty collaborator from Kean University here. Okay. So this time, I'm very glad that I'm the fifth presenter of this AI theme, because actually the previous presenters already was the ground, formed the foundation of my literature review, actually. So if you take a look at my different parts of the presentation, it talks about introduction and literature review. And then I would move to the research statement, then the conceptual framework, methodology, discussion and implications, and I'll move to the conclusions, the limitations, and recommendations. So if we talk about the first presenter, wherein he talked about the ubiquity of AI, and then that's from him. And because of the ubiquity of AI, the field of education is also integrating AI. And the second speaker talked about the role of AI in transforming the educational landscape. And then the second speaker mentioned something about ChatGPT being the AI popularly used, 90%. And then he also mentioned something about AI is being used because of the generation of ideas. Then that's really part of my literature review. And then here comes the third speaker. The third speaker mentioned something like self-directed learning, which is one of the capabilities of what AI can bring about into our student learning. And the fourth presenter talked about foreign language. Now, what is unique in the population of my study is that these are actually Chinese students. 90% of them are EFL learners, English as a foreign language. But then the presenters here, the participants of this study were faculty. Now, this time I'm doing a presentation on the usage of ChatGPT just as a mediating tool, but these our participants would be the students. Okay. So I don't want to dwell so much on the literature review because it has already been presented, but I would just like to highlight the three constructs of my study, which would be learning efficiency. Okay, learning efficiency, and then academic performance and academic self-concept.
Turn out.
Oh, the technical glitch, one of the challenges, actually. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so my point here is that it is based on the premise that our students are already using ChatGPT. Okay, so the focus of this study is what is the influence of ChatGPT on the learning efficiency of our students. And then if assuming that there is an impact or influence of ChatGPT on their learning efficiency, would it also bring about some influence into their academic performance? Now, linking the two together, we also would like to investigate how it's going to influence the academic self-concept of our students. And then we cannot also avoid touching a little about plagiarism, which is very much related to ethical usage of AI. So with that as the background and from a theoretical framework, then we came up with the overarching purpose of this study, which is to investigate ChatGPT's potential role in learning efficiency, academic performance, and academic self-concept. Now, particularly, we start first with asking students, why do they use AI? Okay, followed by what is the influence of AI based on their perceptions to their learning efficiency, to their academic performance, and to their academic self-concept. And the third one is you would like to establish the association of these three constructs. So with that as my conceptual framework, okay, we have here, by the way, I'd like to start first with giving a background of the participants of the study. I'm working in China. It's Wenzhou Kean University. This is one of the universities here, right? Wenzhou Kean University is a Sino-foreign university wherein the US and the Chinese government came up with a cooperative agreement, coming up with an international school there in China. Now, our main campus is Kean University, which is in New Jersey. And then my school, Wenzhou Kean University, is in China, in Wenzhou. But the other participant here is that I also wanted to involve participants coming from Chinese traditional universities. Now, what is the influence of ChatGPT to the students' learning efficiency when it comes to their homework or review? When it comes to their personalized tutoring? Now, since these are Chinese students, what is its influence in terms of language practice? And then the real-time feedback. Now, in the area or in the construct of academic performance, would like to know the influence of ChatGPT in the aspect to their critical thinking, with the aspect on their motivation to be more engaged in the class discussion. And then when it comes to their self-efficacy, and when it comes to their plagiarism awareness. Okay? So with that linking together, would it have an influence on their academic self-concept? Okay. Now, with that as the of whatever would be the findings of this study, we would like to add, as part of our objective, is to provide insights into the educational value and practical application of ChatGPT in higher education. So if the previous presenter was talking about primary students, my participants would be of higher education. Here, methodology, this is really more of a quantitative study, descriptive and correlational. And then we made use of a self-constructed questionnaire. That's why we had to conduct a reliability testing in which it really brought about a high correlation when it comes to the learning efficiency. That's 0.9, 0.7 for academic performance reliability, and then 0.8 when it comes to academic self-concept. We made use of this 5-point Likert scale for this. And then, of course, it's a research study, so we have ethical consideration. And since this is a research project funded by our university, we need to seek the approval of the IRB. And then we had to conduct informed consent from the participants. And in this study, we made use of AI. But we have to declare that as part of our ethical considerations. Now, basically, the analysis was done by SPSS 27th version, making use of descriptive statistics. And to test our hypothesis, we made use of Pearson coefficient correlation. So let's talk about discussions and implications. Why do students use, or what's the purpose of students using ChatGPT? So these are the different options over here. But then if you take a look at here, for homework review, students use it to get hints on key points of a question, find explanations of academic concepts, and get step-by-step instruction for complex tasks. Now, in the area of personalized tutoring, they would seek clarification for complex concepts, to have to solve technical problems, and tailor a structured study plan. But in terms of language practice, it's really more on translation and vocabulary assistance. And then interactive conversation exercises correction of grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. And lastly, for real-time feedback in their academic writing. Okay, it's more on text structure, grammar, and spelling. So that's why they use, or the purpose of why they use ChatGPT. Now, are they learning smarter and faster if they use ChatGPT? That's the question being asked for learning efficiency. So for homework review, these are the different over there. Okay, these are the behavioral indicators. But to sum it up, the students rated homework review a mean of 4.22 on a 5-point Likert scale, and personalized tutoring as agreed, indicating that ChatGPT use would significantly simplify study tasks. Okay? It aids in grasping complex concepts and targets areas needing improvement. Okay? When it comes to language practice, it also, students rated language practice as a mean of 4.05 and academic writing 3.79 as agree. What does it indicate? ChatGPT use significantly contribute to their target language skill development and academic writing quality. Overall findings would indicate the ChatGPT use enhance learning efficiency. It makes their study tasks easier. It helps clarify difficult concepts. It improves their academic writing quality. Now, for academic learning outcomes, for academic performance, what are the benefits and the risks in academic performance? Results reveal that students rated critical thinking as agree, and motivation, M is 0.49 as average, indicating that ChatGPT use improve their understanding of complex academic problems. It enhanced their analytical thinking and motivated more to active class participation. When it comes to the self-efficacy, that's their confidence level, okay? ChatGPT use significantly improve their confidence. It would help self-regulating learning and reduce anxiety. While plagiarism, rated as agree, indicates that students' recognition of ChatGPT's usefulness of concept clarification and independent work, while noting concerns about potential academic dishonesty. Because it's there, here. These are the questions related to plagiarism awareness. So overall findings would indicate that ChatGPT use enhance understanding and critical thinking. It increased confidence and self-regulation. It improved engagement and participation, but then they are concerned over potential academic dishonesty. So now let's move to academic self-concept. Okay? Academic self-concept is shaped by their self-evaluation, okay? By their peer comparison, or let's say how the school would influence their academic self-concept. So here, parents' educational level and peer comparison actually both recorded lower means, indicating or suggesting that students' academic self-concept is more neutral when influenced by familial background and social comparison. But when it comes to their self-evaluation and school-focused environment, okay, indicating that students tend to view their academic abilities more positively when shaped by their personal effort, their self-evaluation, and their supportive school environment. That's the shaping of academic self-concept. So overall findings would indicate moderate positive self-concept, its strongest, okay? The influence of school-focused environment and self-evaluation shape more the academic self-concept of our students. So it would mean supportive school climate and personal effort would strengthen self-belief. Now, this time, we would like to investigate the relationship here. So we're talking about learning efficiency first, followed by learning efficiency and academic performance. Here, you will see that there is a very strong relationship when it comes to learning efficiency and academic performance, but there is a moderate correlation between academic performance and academic self-concept. Specifically, okay, is there a significant relationship between learning efficiency and academic performance? You will be able to have a look at here that there is a strong relationship when it comes to real-time feedback and personalized tutoring with critical thinking. It's strong. And then there is also a strong relationship between language practice and motivation, and then real-time feedback with that of self-efficacy. So efficient learning processes boost students' confidence. What would be its implications here? Integrate AI-driven feedback and customize learning to target deeper understanding and analytical thinking. Integrating AI feedback can foster self-regulating learning and student confidence. Personalized, timely support feedback enhance both cognitive skills and self-beliefs. But then there is a need to balance AI use with ethical safeguards to mitigate over-reliance on AI. Okay. Correlation between academic performance and academic self-concept. To start with, there is a reciprocal loop here. There's a positive correlation, but the relationship here is moderate, not strong. There's a positive correlation with parents' educational level and school-focused environment. But it's a reciprocal loop. What do we mean by this? Okay. ChatGPT usage would enhance self-efficacy. When there is self-efficacy, it triggers teachers' recognition or reinforcement by giving them praises of their effort and further boosting their self-concept. When it boosts their self-concept, it would also mean higher grades. Okay. Parental cultural enrichment and educational background would increase their motivation, their focus, and self-perception as capable learners. Implications. AI tools like ChatGPT support a positive feedback loop. Higher self-efficacy would bring about teacher affirmation, and teacher affirmation can shape a stronger self-concept, which would bring about improvement in their academic performance. Cultural enrichment activities would complement AI-enhanced learning by fostering confidence and sustained academic engagement. But then there is a need for a holistic support. It's not only on AI, but also it's a holistic approach, amplifying learning outcomes, AI, teachers, and the family. That's the contributory factors. Would amplify learning outcomes to strengthen academic self-concept. Conclusions. ChatGPT, does it really produce learning faster and learning smarter and faster to our students? This would be the conclusion. Students perceive ChatGPT as enhancing learning efficiency, particularly through homework review and personalized tutoring by simplifying study tasks and clarifying complex concepts. When it comes to ChatGPT usage, the benefits and risks in academic performance, students would view ChatGPT as enhancing critical thinking and self-confidence while acknowledging moderate motivation and concerns about academic integrity. When it comes to the relationships, learning efficiency showed a positive association with academic performance, whereas academic performance was only moderately related to academic self-concept. In a nutshell, ChatGPT may enhance learning efficiency, which in turn supports higher achievement and to a lesser degree contributes to a stronger academic self-concept. Limitations. This is a correlational study, so it does not establish causality. Outcomes may reflect pre-existing factors such as parental support and motivation. Another one is that there's a risk of skill erosion with excessive AI reliance. And there would be concerns regarding accuracy and ethical concerns. Recommendations last. Integrate AI tools that offer immediate, personalized, and constructive feedback. Design scaffolded tasks to promote critical thinking and integrity. Use effort-based praise to build self-concept. Encourage parents to facilitate culturally enriching activities, and then expand the research to under-resourced settings. The school that where I am working would belong to the top, when it comes to, in China, it's different. Okay, acceptance of university is based on your Gao score. So only those who would have reached that score of 100 and above, that's for the Gaokao. It's a different setup in China. I think you know that. So for you to enter a university, this should be your cut-off score. 100 and above, you will be able to enter this first university, second tier university, third tier university. That's the setup in China. So that ends my presentation. Thank you for listening.